As I said before, though, let's quickly look at the Jets here. Their season schedule is out now. The first month of Aaron Rodgers, and this is what they get. Buffalo on Monday Night Football on September 11th. At Dallas, host New England, so they get Belichick very quickly. And then they have Kansas City at home on Sunday Night Football. So a less than ideal start for New York, would you say?
Yeah, for sure. The first season in a long time for the Jets with high hopes entering the season, and you get the Super Bowl champs within the first 4 weeks. You get one of the best teams in the AFC, one of the best quarterbacks in the AFC first week of the season, and you get Dallas on the road. So yeah, I mean that's the first 5 weeks.
That can easily be 1-3.
That could be 1-3. I do think that it's very, very big for the Jets to be at home.
Yep.
Against the Chiefs and the Bills. On the road, I'd probably book those as 2 losses. At home, they can win both those games. I think they're going to win week 1 as a dog.
You think
the
so?
fact they booked as a dog is pretty crazy.
I like that. Well, they won last year at home against the Bills. They had Zach Wilson at quarterback.
But I mean, to see Josh Allen and Mahomes 2 out of the first 4 weeks.
Oh, but the other 2 are tough too.
Not fun.
They haven't beat Belichick in what? Like, hasn't been years?
They'll beat the Pats. The Pats aren't.
Oh, you know that they should, but you get Belichick and you're at Dallas. It's a tough start because even after that, at Denver, who we think could be much better, and Philadelphia week 6.
Look, Russ, Sean Payton on the road.
So that opening to the schedule that after Denver, it's Philly, then they have a bye at the Giants, they have the Chargers, and then at Vegas. You know, Vegas might not be great, but still on the road. It's a tough start for the Jets.
I mean, having Philly, KC, Buffalo, and Dallas before your bye week, that can be 2-4 going to the bye.
Yeah.
And AFC,
go ahead, Ziggy.
Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah. I was going to say, that's a real problem for this Jets team, I think. Because there's a lot of pressure on this team right now. Jets fans are excited. They want wins. They're looking ahead to the Super Bowl, to the AFC Championship game. And if this team starts off slow, can you imagine? Like 2-4 would not be terrible, that record, right? This would put them in a good spot, frankly, to make the playoffs.
I mean, I don't know if it's a good spot, but
well, I mean, they're in a decent spot, right? Because you look at their last 6 games, and it's Falcons, Texans, Dolphins, Commanders, Browns, Patriots. Like there's 4 or 5 winnable games there. Like if there starts being a lot of negative talk about this team early, and we've seen there's a lot of young guys. We know Aaron Rodgers can get moody, and he with these Green Bay teams often gets off to a slow start, right? We saw how bad the Packers were last year when he was in a new offense with new players. I worry that this could cause real problems for the confidence and harmony of this team when you've got a coach and a GM that are on the hot seat.
I mean, the Jets will be favored in 80% of their games this year. Mm-hmm. And if they can take care of who they should take care of and then split against those tougher temes, that's a playoff team. That's a high seed.
That's what I'm looking at too.
And playoffs with Rodgers, anybody can win.
Yeah, these first 12 weeks here, after Vegas, they have at Buffalo, Miami. So those first 12 weeks are a lot of tough games. And this is where we'll kind of take the brighter view of things here. If they're able to get off to a hot start, let's say they go 8-4, something like that, which is very doable. I think this is a very, very talented team. All of a sudden, you have it like you were saying, Ziggy. Atlanta, Houston, at the Dolphins is tough, but then Houston again. That can't be right. That has to be a typo, right?
No, that's Washington for Week 16.
Oh, okay, yeah. So who else? Rich Samini, the Jets reporter, had a typo there then. But anyway, still Washington, Houston, Cleveland, New England, all very winnable. So this team, depending on the start to the season, what's going to be so crucial for them is I think they need to be in contention for the 1 seed. It's really hard to win in Arrowhead. It's hard to win in Buffalo. It's hard to win in Cincinnati. These are all tough places to play with really good quarterbacks. To get a 1 seed would really, really help. I mean, that New York crowd in the playoffs, we haven't seen it for a long time, but those fans wake up when it matters. If they can start the season off strong and having those games like Kansas City at home, those tiebreaker games, it's going to be really fun football to start the Aaron Rodgers tenure.
You look, if you're the Jets and you can go in your first 6 weeks, if you beat the Bills and the Chiefs at home, let's say you can afford a loss at Dallas and then to Philly. If you can start 4-2 and you beat Kansas City head to head, you can run the table.
Yeah, no.
That's a potential number 1 seed.
They can go really far. So I have my eyes on those first 6 weeks, right up, or that goes to the bye, right? Week 7.
Yeah, exactly.
1, 2, 3. Yeah. So by the bye, if they can be sitting at 3-3, 4-2, it lines up nicely for New York to have a pretty solid season.
And am I shocked if Rodgers at home at home against the Eagles, Chiefs, and Bills wins them all? No, I wouldn't be.
I think that there's so much hype right now around this team, and Jets fans are so happy. I think all of them right now are kind of just basking in this for the next few months. Everyone that I've talked to who loves the Jets and has rooted for them for years, they're saying like right now is the happiest I've been in years.
Oh, for
and
sure.
They're almost like waiting for the collapse to come during the regular season, which it's very possible. If Rodgers isn't good, they're screwed. They're really screwed. I think it's going to be exciting, but yeah, circle those first 6 games and say 3-3, 4-2. Once you're done with that, let's turn it on. Because some people are coming out saying like, I don't want to name any names, but some big name people in the media are coming out and saying like they're toast with this opening schedule, and that's just not true.
I mean, that's not true at all. But I don't think the Jets will win the AFC. I think it'll be more of a.
I'd have to guess no as well.
I think it's more of a letdown this year than people think it's going to be. But I think they'll be very good.
A reasonable expectation, I think, a reasonable goal for this Jets team, I think, is make the AFC Championship game. If you do that, you've done very well for yourself, given this team's history. And it's good, right? I don't think people should be freaking out about this early schedule, because if they're the team they want to be and think they are, this shouldn't scare them. These are the teams they have to be able to play and win. There's no way you're making the championship game
unless you get them at home. And you get them at home. That's what you really like.
Yeah, 3 of the 4 hardest games here are at home. Yeah, so I think actually getting an early test and getting to see what this team can actually do, I think everyone should be excited about that, the Jets included.
Ziggy, I think it's fair to say that the AFC Championship game is a good goal. I really think that this team has their eyes on a bigger prize in the Super Bowl. But would you say that, do you think Rodgers is going to come back for the second season?
I think that trying to project what Aaron Rodgers will do is impossible. Mm-hmm. I have no idea what's going on with him. I think if he doesn't come back for a second season, this trade will be a failure for the Jets unless they win a Super Bowl. Oh, yeah. But he's certainly acting like he's thinking about coming back. He's saying the right things. But next year, you are going to get exactly the same offseason drama that Packers fans have become accustomed to.
So speaking of the Packers.
Oh, just real quick.
Yeah.
Why would he not come back? Because isn't all his money next year?
No, all his money is this year. He's making that $60 million payday. My imagination, or how I'm imagining this going, the Packers had to move it to 2024 salary for trade reasons. We don't know exactly how it'll work, but my guess is he's going to get most of that money this year. But we'll see. Even if he doesn't, Aaron Rodgers, if you believe him, was willing to leave $60 million on the table to retire this year. You just never know with that guy.
Yeah. If he wins the Super Bowl this year, I'm riding off into the sunset.
Oh, if he wins the Super Bowl,
with the Jets,
he's gone.
That's it. Yeah.
The way I view it, Super Bowl, he's gone. If they suck, he's gone. If they have a good playoff run, I think he probably comes back for one more chance.
Yeah.
That would be my guess.
Like what Jerome Bettis did.
Yeah.
He can't retire this year. There's one more stop left in his career.
Shoot, you're right. Yeah,
you're right.
Okay, you're right.
He brings a Super Bowl to the New York Jets, who are long suffering, and then he thinks that's not a big enough challenge. I need to bring a Super Bowl to a team that's never won one.
Or no. He'll go 8-8 with the Jets.
Or he'll get hurt.
Go to Minnesota.
He'll get hurt.
Go to Minnesota and go 13-3, get the number 1 seed.
No. You know what it is? He'll be with the Jets. They'll be off to a hot start. He gets hurt. They wind up getting Caleb Williams or Drake May after sucking the whole season without him, and then Kirk leaves.
Rodgers goes to
comes
Minnesota.
over.
14-2.
14-2. We lose in the NFC Championship game
to the Saints.
to the Saints. Yeah. Just pick a team. The Saints. Then Derek Carr. No.
Lattimore has some big pick six in overtime.